it do, man? It's your boy. Bigger Jacob the greatest. Bigger Jacob the greatest. Bang, bang, bang. What up? We're gonna watch another video about this man. Come on, Israelites. I ain't just looking at some religious shit. There's a lot of black shit. Let's doing going down black conspiracy theory, black history, black this, black that, all that. But we're gonna see what the fuck he talking about. Bang, bang, bang. I get it.
All melanated people, black brothers and sisters in here. Right. So we have an audience. And I want you to start as far as with the conversation when you mention the truth. What is the truth that we should be seeking? What is the truth that we should be holding? And what is the truth that, we might have gotten away from as far as our black brothers and sisters?
Yeah, first and foremost is our identity. Without our identity, you're nothing. Mm-hmm. When people say, you ever heard the term, people say black people don't have no culture? And then black people will say, yes, I have culture. And then when you ask them, what is that black culture? You don't get an answer that's culture.
We got culture.
You get something that's drawn from slavery, something that's drawn off of some tradition. But what was your tradition before slavery? It's almost like we don't have that history. So once we can identify who we are, that is the starting point for what your culture, your identity, your code of ethics, your laws. That's the truth. So what we did in ISUBK was say, well, who are we? We find out that we're the Israelites. And it just so happens that book is readily available because it's already in our house. But we've been reading it with the white man's eyes instead of our eyes. So when we go into that book and we identify that we're the children of Israel, that instantly tells us who to love, which is our brothers, who to forgive, which is our brothers. It instantly tells us who to hate and that we actually can hate our enemies. Why is that important? Because we'll spend all day, people will fight me and say the white man is not our enemy, but in our neighborhood, our enemy, we fight him every day, and that's our brother. We almost reverse because we follow the white man's culture. When you follow the white man's culture, your brother is instantly your enemy. When you follow the Bible and our culture, your brother is your brother, and the white man is instantly your enemy. If we can just start there,
let them folks talk with this video.
Free of everything. Everything about concerning what America is doing would not be our business. It would be our business to make sure we straight. Everybody going crazy because the stamps is going away on November 1st. But if we was about our people, we wouldn't care that white people are about to kill themselves. They going to be suicidal.
I'm going to get the water.
The propaganda is that we're going to lose our minds when we've been poor since we've been in America. Poor is nothing new for us. We'll survive. White people will not survive because they will kill themselves because for so long, they've been able to live off of us. And now when they lose that support, they won't know how to deal with it. Whereas we will.
That is true.
But we so concerned with we're going to blame the black woman, say we're going to laugh at the black woman for losing food stamps. Now realizing when she lose food stamps, who does that put pressure on? The black men that didn't have to provide food for them kids.
That's true.
Now you got to provide food for them kids, unless you're telling me the kids are going to starve. Really? So instead of looking at it like we should laugh at the black woman in her pain, we should further look at trusting in the white man will always be our downfall. Now, what have we been doing? We've been feeding since 1969. I saw this pastor do some talk about because of the stoppage of food, every Sunday they're going to start giving out food. Whereas the pastor been making billions of dollars a year, and he just now, because the white man ain't going to feed you, now he wants to feed you. He can't go out for the pastor. But why didn't he feed them before this? And what he's saying is, if the white man feeds you again, you know what that means? I'm going to stop giving food on Sundays. But we giving food all the time. We got farms all the time. Like in Houston and here, we got farms all the time. So when you get in here into this truth, you will learn how to be a brother. You will learn how to be a sister. That's what you would learn.
Dang. And I want everybody to answer this one. What is the difference between white man Jesus and a black man's Jesus?
The white man Jesus will enslave you and tell you that he loves you at the same time. The name of the boats was named after that white man Jesus. That image, just think about that image. That image, don't he look soft?
He don't look as masculine.
He don't look masculine at all, but he enslaved a continent of people. And then when you go to fight back, You know why you stop? Because when you say, now I lay me down to sleep, you think of that image. And so now you can't even fight it. Yeah. So now, the image of a black Jesus, first of all, the minute that you say you got a black Jesus, you know what that does psychologically? There's a picture in DC Comics that got this little black kid staring up at a white Superman.
Me personally, all my gods is black. I'm black, my damn. So I worship nothing but black God. That's just me personally. It's just, what else I'm gonna worship? Let's be real though.
Yeah. Because a black kid don't have a superhero to look up to. For the white man, that Caesar Borgia, who that is, that's their superhero. With that, they go kill, rape, and pillage. Who's our superhero? You don't have one. When we tell the truth of that Bible, because if Jesus looked like that image, then that would just be the white Jesus that it is. But remember, the truth shall make you free. So if we go read that Bible and he got an afro like we have, he has black skin like we have, he has a beard and hair like we have, now we got our first real life superhero. A real life superhero that put his life on the line for his brothers that we refuse to do, that will free us, that we refuse to do. So the difference is the black Jesus is the truth. The white Jesus is the lie.
I like that. Bishop, you got something on that as far as difference between the white Jesus and the bearded black Jesus?
Well, first of all, I'm going to speak on a little bit that he said, because when y'all talking about a Jesus that's black, he said wood hair. So I haven't read about the black Jesus in the Bible. Y'all confused me. Y'all got to show me where that at. I thought it was symbolic. I thought the hair.
You're a pastor. You ain't read it even. Hold on. I got to take your jacket off. It's hot. It's full.
Stand for wood mean wisdom. I never seen a black man with fire eyes. I ain't seen him yet. If that's somebody, then if he's black, then we're a black man with eyes like fire. I haven't seen that guy yet. And so when you use the skin, brass, all that's symbolic. That's why I call the book of Revelation. It's not necessarily talking about a natural man. It's talking about a spiritual understanding. So if you take those things and you look at the natural of it, then you can confuse. Now let's talk about this white man, this blue-eyed devil. Okay, we understand for the simple fact that always been a deceiver. This ain't just came up in 2025. They've been deceiving people from day one. But what we got to understand, the trick of the enemy is very smart. If I can give you the concept that the white man is superior over you, then I have the ability to control you. The Santa Claus is white. If you look in that white book, it's white Bible. The pictures in it is white people in it. So the Bible said, make no image of anything up above or underneath. So if we are true followers of Christ, who gave us authority to make an image? What do image do? If I uplift a black man, a black Jesus, if I uplift a white Jesus, I'm in the same boat. Why? Because what I'm doing now, I'm trying to get you to believe that my skin get me in. I'm trying to get you to believe that I'm more superior than the next man. Well, I got a problem with God. I mean, he need to talk, because if he like all black people and Jesus was black, he could have, I'm not saying he ain't, then he should have just made all black people. Why God ain't all the confused? Why he made different colors and decide that he gonna choose one he like and one he don't like? Now I know they're gonna say God can hate and he can love because he chose those two brothers. He chose Jacob and Esau. I know they're gonna use that, but here's the word: hate does not mean the way we hate. It's not based on the hate that I dislike you, but that hate means that God choose to dislike, or he choose not to accept. And so when we take those words and we use it in the natural, we'll misrepresent God. So it sounds good because the hate, when God speaks, it's not the hate that man speaks. God don't have a hate or like, because God don't have the attributes of man. God is all knowing. He don't have feelings. He don't change, none of those things. So when you speak in God's language, first you have to understand the God that you serve. So the difference between a white Jesus and a black Jesus, y'all play too much.
Y'all play too much. I like that. Go ahead. You want to respond to that?
Well, I'm gonna be real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I gotta let y'all go. Listen, I'm gonna be real quick. I always ask Christians this because I was once subscribed to that doctrine of Christianity, and what was suspicious to me was if Jesus came in the flesh, like they say, right? He died and he rose on the third day. That means he had to have a coming. So I got suspicious. So I started looking at it and looking at it. I came up on some information from some teachers, and shout out to my ancestors, Dr. Ben Yakinen and Dr. John Henry Clark. I began to read certain books and found out that the Jesus story, basically in 325 AD, came about at the Council of Nicaea. And it started being constructed by a whole sense of Catholicism to where Europeans was over that whole particular doctrine. There was a periphery.
Hey, the bathroom, bruh. Hold on. I'll be quick. Fuck. It's gonna eventually get cold and shit. All right, bro. Let me get back. Hold on. Let me see my shit. Hello? All right. They get it, man. They go. Let's see what they talking about.
Pyramid text or the hieroglyphics. And they took the story of Heru, a Set, and a Saw. Now listen, I already told y'all this on Real Life Street Stars. I ain't telling you this shit no more. But this is between my teacher in the Hebrew Israelite teaching and my partner, my street bishop. And they finna go in. So this is due to the priest, and I'm gonna sign out for a minute, and y'all know what's going on.
All right, I like that.
Can I say something?
Oh man, no. I'm gonna let you. No, come at me.
I'm gonna let him talk.
Okay.
Because this dude, hold on. I'm gonna say something. This dude had faith. Now watch this. We're trying to get some spiritual knowledge. And please stop saying, I don't think that's your dad. I think that's your stepdaddy, because he ain't whoop you enough. Because you sound ignorant what you just said. Look what he just said in front of all these people. If that is your daddy, you need to find your dad. I need to be your daddy, because you ain't got no sense. Hold on.
I say my teacher.
Your teacher, whatever.
Why you getting on the words?
Okay, but listen, well, however, let me say this.
I'm glad he cleared
okay, listen. Tell me, you a real man. I'm glad I corrected.
Thank you, man. What he be doing? He like to pull up. He like to come at me.
Well, listen.
That was some bullshit. Oh, excuse me.
Okay, I'm trying to act. I'm trying to act like.
The foul language.
Not the foul language, because language is the term. It's just something he said. I know you ain't taught him none of that. I done watched your video. Yeah. So
I know about the fringes.
What do you say? You claim T.D. Jakes your teacher. You done said the captain your teacher.
We're not gonna attack dude.
Okay.
We're not gonna make it about that. We look because we love everybody on the platform. We love everybody.
He supposed to love. He's gonna come up multiple sins. So if I'm sinning, you gonna be loving me right now.
I don't want to get too off topic.
I'm gonna get off the thing. The only reason why I'm saying something, he confused me. He already confused me with his language. He confused me with his clothes.
I know, so let go. See, he wanna come at me.
You been talking about your teacher.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, Lord.
Insane.
Crazy.
What you said was absolutely insane.
Go ahead.
I like that. Which one?
First, you said Christ don't have a color, his hair is wisdom. You can see the description of Christ in the Old and New Testament. In Daniel 10:5-6, it describes in the same exact way as Revelations, the first chapter. And both times, it's a man seeing the image of the Son of Man and then describing what he looks like. The word nigger is in the Bible, Acts 13:1, which just means black. So the importance of that, even when you talk about being superior, what is The reason why you have a problem with being superior is because black men don't know what it means to be superior because we've been taught to be inferior since we've been in America. So the minute a black man comes and say we should be in power or we should have this power, it's a brother saying, nah, it ain't about having the power because God ain't like that. That's a lie. When God says, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated, do you know what the very next thing the verse says?
What did it say?
Do you know?
I'm asking you.
But I'm just asking if you know.
I don't know.
You know what it says?
What is that?
What shall we
be a Christian bastard preacher? They gotta fucking know this shit. I don't
say? So have I hated? Do you know what the very next thing the verse says?
What is that?
Do you know?
I'm asking you.
But I'm just asking if you know.
I don't know.
You know what it says?
What is that?
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God?
Mm-hmm.
That's you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're saying the hate ain't like a man's hate. His hate is worse than our hate. Because it says, for this same purpose have I raised Pharaoh up. What did he do to Pharaoh?
He put a heart in his heart.
What else did he do to Pharaoh?
I thought he killed.
And not just him. He killed the firstborn of everything that belonged to all of Egypt. That's his hate. Is our hate to go out and kill white people?
Hold up. Let me
answer the question.
No. Let me
just answer the question.
Okay, what's the question?
Is our hate to go out and kill white people?
It's wrong.
No, listen to the question. Is our hate, meaning my organization, is our hate to go kill white people?
I hope you don't. You can free.
It's not.
Okay.
Is God hate going to kill white people?
Oh, so you saying since God killed them? Hold on, you said since God killed them, you got
God didn't kill him yet.
I'm
asking you, is God's hate going to kill the white man?
I don't think so.
That's a lie.
Okay.
Why does he say for this same purpose? In Romans the 9th chapter, when he says, for this same purpose have I raised Pharaoh up. So he raised Pharaoh up to kill him. Okay. So he's raising the white man up to do what?
I'm not part of this religious shit.
To kill him. That's what the Bible say, right?
The black point of view.
Is that what the Bible say?
Don't be like Lil William. I don't recall. He going.
I thought this was a Bible scholar.
He going.
I thought this was a Bible scholar.
Don't be like Lil William. I don't recall. He going.
You don't even know the Bible.
Is that what the Bible say?
Don't be like Lil William.
That's what the Bible do. What?
What you mean by like Lil Willie? It's not court, nigga. What the fuck? What the fuck are the nigga talking about? I'm not Jewish or Christian, but I'm trying to see both sides of the story. They should have got a better fucking real pastor on here to tell. They really talk. You know what I'm saying? Get a real pastor, nigga. What the fuck you mean? You could be like, well, this not court, nigga. It's not a RICO charge, nigga. What are you talking about?
To kill him.
Okay.
That's what the Bible say, right?
Okay.
Is that what the Bible say?
Don't be like Lil William. I don't recall. He going.
I thought this was a Bible scholar.
Captain, why do you think we find it as black people so hard to identify with that these people are our enemy and they should be killed?
Stockholm syndrome. You know, the crazy Stockholm comes from some white broad in Germany, in Stockholm, where there was some robbery or something like that, and they captured her, kidnapped her, and then they had her so long that she started thinking she was one of them. And that's us, where we done been in this captivity. The white man has spoon-fed us. In Lamentations 4, it says we go for him for our bread, our water, and our want of life. We look at him with failed eyes for help. That's us.
That's true.
And we're afraid of what life is like free. Like, really? Y'all are black men? We are afraid to be free.
What they got to do with the book?
It has everything to do with what did Christ say? Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Okay.
The freedom is understanding the white man is the devil. The white man is your enemy. Okay. The minute you do that, you'll stop loving what he loves and hate what he hates. You know who the white man
say that though? He not talking about go kill white people. He just saying focus on our own shit. That's what I'm getting. That's what he said. He literally said, don't harm no white people. Just focus on our own shit. That makes sense to me. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, that makes sense. I don't know a dude in the white talking about. He supposed to be a pastor. He not even reciting the Bible though.
hates?
I don't know.
He hates us.
Okay, let's get this.
He hates us so much, he makes sure we get flooded with drugs. Make sure we get to Planned Parenthood. Make sure our fathers was put out woman in a survival state. That's him tactfully doing that.
I think you should deal with politics. You
What? Nah,
You
this
more
is politics
trying to
right
fix the
now.
neighborhood,
But a
but-
nigga that say he
Okay,
know the
watch
Bible.
this.
Oh, good.
Okay, watch this. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You talking about white man hate. You give white man too much power. You done made him God. Watch
No,
this.
what power?
Okay, watch it. Let me say
this
this.
in your response. What power did I give him?
You talking about what he done and what he do.
That's
what he
telling
can
what
do.
he did. That's
Well,
not
listen,
giving him
he has
power.
okay. Whatever he done, people doing all kinds of stuff. But here's the thing: when you talking about God hate, when God say He loved Esau and He hate Jacob, that word when you dealing with God, God don't. He's not under no rules. He's not under no authority. Everything belongs to God. God can do whatever He wants to do. When He used those words, He identified to us. God talked to our language. We can't understand a bird because I'm not a bird. So He speak in words where we can relate to how He want us to approach life. He doesn't have attributes of man. So when you talk about God hate, God don't have feelings. He don't change. He don't have a bad
God
day.
don't get angry.
Oh no, brother, you misinterpret.
God don't get
no,
Captain,
Let me finish.
Wait, he don't
God,
get angry?
No.
Personally, I think every guy get mad. Personally, that's why you get curses, and that's why people get downed. That's why people have bad luck. That's like everybody. If you disobey God, that's the reason you go to hell. Like I think every guy get mad and upset.
You misinterpret. Let me tell you what you did.
Oh, yeah, good.
God don't get angry. I thought that too. That's in the natural. Watch this here. God don't have days where He have a bad attitude.
We're not talking about that.
Okay, I'm talking about the Creator. But when He used that language, do you remember when Moses went before God and he went to try to counsel with God? He said, "You done brought them out of Egypt, and you let them die in the wilderness." Such and such. Man can't counsel with God. God is showing us a revelation how Christ is going to be the mediator between us. Everything that's written in the Bible,
us?
the people.
What people?
You say Israelite. I don't want to go there yet, but watch this. But when God speaks to us,
Right.
He speaks to us where we can understand. A natural man going to take the Bible, the word, the letter kill, but the spirit give life. So when
Life
you
to
read
who?
into it, watch this. When you read into it, you're reading from a natural perspective.
No, I'm
So
not.
there you go. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay, tell me why.
Because you haven't overcome the flesh. You don't even know the first man that was created.
What was the first man created?
What color was it?
What was the first?
I'm asking you.
I asked my question first. What was the first man created?
I'll tell you.
Who?
What color was it first?
No.
Adam was the first man created.
No, he was not.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
What was the first man created? What color was it?
Mankind as a whole
What color
was created. There was no one man
I
created.
don't. What color was
You
it?
ain't know that. You just
No,
learned that today.
okay. What color was it?
He was melanated. He would be like the colloquial term of black.
First humans who ever walked the planet was fucking brown, dark-skinned people. That's a scientific. When I say brown, I mean like black people type of brown, not the Mexican type of brown. I'm talking about like him, like the brown type shit. Like that's a scientific fact that's proven though. You know what I'm saying? They going off religion, probably religion, facts. I mean, science play a little part in it. I don't know, but I know it was scientifically proven. Look it up if you want. Black people was the first people that ever lived. Everybody come from us. That's a factual fact.
That we ascribe to us today is because of slavery. Back then, they would have just what we would call melanated or men of color is all.
That's the first man that was created.
Mankind. Right.
Okay. Before mankind, hold on. Let me say it because I don't want them to twist it. Mankind, when you use the word mankind, are you talking about a natural man or a spiritual man?
Talk about natural man on Genesis the first chapter on the 6th day. Mankind, male and female, was created then.
Okay.
A spiritual man wasn't birthed until Genesis the 2nd chapter, when Adam, who was already living, was given the breath of life.
Oh no, you twisted. No, I'm gonna tell you what. I'll prove it to you. In chapter 126.
You a bishop?
Okay, listen. Okay, I don't care what you call it. Just call me a servant. Watch this here. In Genesis 1:26, it said God said, "Let us make man in our image and our likeness." God is not physical, so anything that is spiritual, we know the Bible said God is spirit. Those who worship Him, let me finish. God is spirit. Those that worship Him must worship in spirit and truth. We knew when God created man, we knew He wasn't dealing with the color or natural man because God is not natural. So that don't make sense. But in Genesis chapter 2, it said God formed man. Anything that is formed came from something that's already created. But anything that's created came from nothing. So in Genesis 1, He said He made male and female.
Right.
He made the spirit man first. Then the Adam took place in the natural man, and when he was in chapter 2.
Spiritual.
Adam was here. When the woman came from the wheel or whatever, this was the natural.
Already too.
Okay, so It's something that is already formed. That means that it's already created.
Gonna be real
so
good.
when God said, let us form man,
Right.
watch this. He said, let us form man. He went from chapter 2. So man was already created in the spirit. That's why he said he made male and female. Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
He made male and female. He wasn't no people. You are created in the spirit first. That's why when you die, you go back to who you was from day one. You was created in God's likeness in his image. You telling me God's image is natural? I don't care if you call him black. I don't care if you call him white, blue, or green. Right. God has no color. So therefore, when he said, let us make man in our image and likeness, he was making the spirit man. In chapter 2, he formed the man. If you can show me something different, let's talk about it.
I got you. So first I want to say the term white that we use today for the white man is what he created.
That's a fact.
So I'm not talking about skin tone. I don't care about skin tone.
Okay.
Like whether you could be like, I always use this example. Bob Marley is a white man to us because he has a white father. So it ain't about your skin complexion.
Okay.
They call themselves white. That's why we use the term white.
I like that.
Now, this is where I free everybody's mind. In Genesis, the 1st chapter, when he says, let us make man in our image, what separates man from beast is our brain, our ability to think. That's what mankind was born with on the 6th day. A day unto the Lord is as 1,000 years. So when mankind was created in the womb, for 1,000 years, they're living, reproducing, subduing the whole earth. 2 people can't do that. In Genesis, the 2nd chapter, it didn't say he formed man from the ground. He said he formed him from the dust of the ground. The dust of the ground, this is the ground.
That's right.
The dust is right above the ground, right? Mm-hmm. That means you're in a low state. That's the metaphor for it. The breath of life is when you receive his laws. So now you receive the instructions on how to live. You know that from the sacrifices. Even I ask you a question. This ain't a trick question.
I don't care.
In the flood, how many animals went in the ark?
I thought it was 2 apiece. I don't know.
That's what we're taught. Right. No, when you say that's but that's what you was taught though. That was 2, right?
And what the book say?
That's not what the book say.
Okay, tell me what the book
say. 7 of every. No, the book don't say that either.
Go ahead.
The book say 7 of every clean animal, 2 of every unclean animal, which means they had a concept of the law of what animals you can eat and what animals you cannot eat before Moses delivered the letter of the law. That's all contained in the breath of life. You can see that in Ezekiel when he preached to the valley of the dry bones. What did he do? He breathed into them the breath of life, which is the law. The one thing that every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian need is the law. So when you try to say that the physical is the spiritual is Genesis, the 1st chapter, it's not.
Why not?
The spiritual, Adam is the only one that received that instruction on how to live. That's why he was the first line that was called the sons of God. The daughters of men.
But you said Genesis 1:26 is a natural man?
Yeah.
Genesis, so God is natural?
Why? In Genesis, the 1st chapter. This is what I'm saying. I'm going. In Genesis, the 1st chapter, that's not the Most High. In Genesis, the 1st chapter, you don't see the Most High until Genesis, the 2nd chapter. In Genesis, the 1st chapter, that word God is going to translate to either Elohim or Elohim, which means angel, messenger. So when it says let us, that's Christ and the angels doing the work. In Genesis, the 2nd chapter is when you see Lord God. Now you get Yahweh Elohim. That's when you get that term.
So me where in the Bible where an angel create anything.
Christ created.
So you just said angel. You said angel.
I said
Christ.
no, but I said it in reverse. Okay. I said Christ and the angels.
What they do?
That's the us.
He was talking to them.
Yes,
who was talking to them when you said let us make man in our image?
That's them. That's like how we're talking right now. And let's say we building something, and you say, hey, let us go ahead and prop that light up.
I know who was doing the talking.
Christ is doing the talking. In Colossians, the 1st chapter, in the 15th verse, it says, who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creation? For by him were all things made, for it pleased the Father that in him should fullness dwell. The Most High gave Christ the power to go and do the things that we see.
The Bible says
that is in the book.
Let's the book. The Bible says the beginning was the Word, and the Word with God, and the Word was God. All things made by him. Without him, not
I just
anything.
said. Okay, I just said the same thing.
I know, but he said not anything that was made. Here's my point. I don't.
Are you trying to make the Father a creation?
No. It's the word, the logos. The Bible said in the beginning was
the word. The word is the person.
Logos. No. The word ain't the person.
So
word,
Christ is the word Christ?
No, the word is Christ.
And he's a person, right?
No. He's not a person. He came in the natural. Jesus is the word of Allah. Jesus.
Allah? What the fuck you talking about?
Look. Jesus is the word. Okay, excuse me. But there's no wrong with that. Allah and
Allah is not Allah has nothing to do with the Bible.
To say Yahweh, but Allah has nothing to do with when y'all use the word. Hold on. Allah, no, I'm not going to say that. Allah is the word in Arabic mean God, but I'm not going to say that because if you talk in Chinese, if you talk in Russian, you're going to have different words and different names. So we're not going to go there because I know the word Allah does not mean what y'all said it means. But let's get to this. The Yahweh, when he said, let us make man in our image.
Yahweh didn't speak.
Okay,
God, the word,
supreme.
I would say Yahweh.
Okay,
in
Yahweh,
Genesis, the first chapter, you're not going to see the Lord, Yahweh, Jehovah, Yahweh in Genesis, the first chapter. Okay, you're only going to see the word God.
Cap, look what you said, though. You just said, when he said, let us make man in our image and our likeness.
Right.
I'm telling you, he's talking to the word. You can say it, but I can back it up with words. Show me. Okay.
Show me what he talking.
I just told you. He said,
for John 1:1, right?
He said, all things was made by him.
Okay,
so if you go in the book,
You talk about, because you said in John 1:1, it says, in the beginning was the word,
and the word with God, and the word was God. All things was made by him.
The Father sits on the throne, right?
Anything that was made. Listen, anything. Let's use the word anything.
Right.
He said anything that was
I'm just watching this
the
shit.
word did it.
Yeah.
When you look at Jesus, you're thinking about a natural man. I'm not even dealing with I'm thinking about the word. I'm not talking about
the natural man when the flesh and blood man Christ.
What created
that flesh didn't exist with what we talking about.
What created you and me?
Your daddy created you.
You played too
much.
My daddy. Who created your daddy?
His daddy.
And his daddy and his daddy. Okay, the third daddy. Who created the third daddy?
What you should be saying.
Hold on. Who created the third daddy? You played too much. Who created the third daddy?
You're back in Genesis, the first chapter. But what you should be saying is, who is the father of spirits? That's a better question. Because Hebrews 12:9 says, we've had fathers of our flesh and we gave them reverence. Shall we not be subjected unto the Father of spirits and live? So if you're talking about the Father of spirits, we talk about the Most High. If you talk about the Father of the flesh, you talk about a physical Father. In the form of creation, mankind was created just like lions was created, just like birds was created. So they was created whole, but then they reproduced over time. And so that's how our Adam would say, man shall leave his mother and father. Why? Because Adam had the understanding of having a mother and a father.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
I know this is going over your head.
I want to go over my head. I
want everybody to know he's having this conversation because he wants to avoid not loving the white man.
Now we get to that. Okay,
I want to point that out.
No, I want to
just flipped all that shit.
Hold on. We're gonna end it right there. Man, 33 minutes. We're gonna end it right there. I'm gonna make a part two. Bang.